According to taxrates.org, St. Lucie County residents paid 4.39% of their yearly income towards property taxes, which ranks 148th out of 3,143 counties in the country. It's time to reduce the millage rate and cut our taxpayers the break that they sorely deserve.
Thank you. Please. We've got to maintain, there's a lot of people that would like to speak. So please, no outbursts from the public.
Moved up here from Palm Beach County, which I thought was the highest, and find out it's not.
I came here 3 years ago. I'm a widow. I have an income, a limited income, and our taxes keep going up, up, and up. And I like Florida, and I don't want to leave, so please keep it down.
I've been here 3 years now, and I don't understand why we're not getting a little bit of relief or seeing a decrease in our taxes, being as we have so many new people paying taxes into St. Lucie County.
But, you know, we just are holding our hands up and saying something's got to give.
Government must live within our means.
We have increased real estate tax revenue this year of over $12 million due to the appreciation of our homes and new construction. We've had increases in our tax base for the past 7 years.
You got the money for everything you needed, and we still, in the highest taxed county in the state of Florida, I think the right thing to do is to give us, the taxpayers, a refund. I can assure you that before the next election, that I and a lot of these people are going to make sure that every voter in St. Lucie County know how you stand on this issue.
And having the largest millage rate within the state of Florida, you should be embarrassed.
Taxpayers like myself are on fixed income and will be taxed out of the county, and I do not appreciate that.
It's just, you know, when I'm trying to qualify folks to buy homes, it's definitely helpfully we lower the millage rate.
My taxes this year for my commercial property went up 15.96%. I assure you, my income is not going up 15.96%.
Such a high rate.
I guess what I'm concerned in, we've had these 7 years of increasing property values, and that really is incumbent upon you to reduce those millage rates. But it is so high now, and we will get to a time when we're not going to be able to keep getting these high increases in property values. You really, when property values are going up, millage rates need to go down. You've really got yourself in a box with these high millage rates, and when things turn, I don't know if you raise them again, you're already the highest in the state. I don't know if you want to set some kind of record for the country.
I'm not being a landlord for the practice of it. I'm doing it to make money. This situation has made it almost impossible for me to continue to exist and make money.
The highest rate in the state. I just don't understand how this has happened. I've been here 21 years in Florida, in St. Lucie County, in the same house. And all the taxes do is keep going up and up and up. I don't feel that the county is being managed cost effectively. I think there are many people that will be losing their houses.
Just because property values went up and your tax revenue went up doesn't mean you just spend. If the commission's goal was to get back to the peak in the general fund revenue, which was around 2007, which generated around $205 million in just the general fund tax revenues, that doesn't seem fiscally responsible to set that as the overall goal, because obviously that was in a housing bubble, which ended in what some of the commissioners will describe to you as a depression.
Higher taxes are just taxing me right out of my home. Lower the millage rate, help senior citizens like me.
But the one very interesting number that I heard come out of this presentation today, this evening, is the fact that we're spending $42 million more this year than last year. And I'm kind of wondering, on what?
It's really important that I think that we go through and lower our tax rate, and that's my vote, to help out not only the senior citizens that are in fixed income, but also businesses.
I'm in favor of you reducing the millage rate.
Palm Beach County pays less than we do. Tampa pays less than we do. Miami and Miami-Dade pays less than we do.
You have people that have, humble citizens of this community, have come before you tonight begging you to lower their taxes. They're not being greedy. They're struggling. They're not here tonight. The citizens here, they're not here tonight to hear about some big grandiose projects that the commission is touting. They want to know how they can pay for school supplies, how the elderly can afford their prescription medicine. They want to know, the mothers in this room want to know how they're going to afford their daughter's ballet or cheerleading practice or basketball for the young men. That's what they want to know, how they're going to pay that. You can help them tonight if you lower their taxes. Our taxes are too darn high. It's an outrage, and I urge the commissioners to think about the residents of this community before patting special interests, and please lower our taxes. Thank you.
This is not this community. These are hardworking people, upstanding citizens, that every penny counts.
I know that despite the political theater here tonight and twisted by grandstanders for this divisive and reckless politics.
And one thing I specifically want to address tonight, the one person who came up here in favor of keeping the millage rate the same is a political operative. The one person who called this political theater is a political operative. The one person who said that the residents here tonight who are making their case is a political operative. And for him to come here and call all of you, everyone in this room, political theater is political theater. I am not here maligning this county. I love this county. I serve this county. I work for this county. I have a disagreement on this issue with some members of the commission. And so to attack people for coming out and showing up at a public meeting is disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful. We need to encourage people to come and get involved in the process. That's not political. That's being an American and a good citizen. So I am grateful for every one of you that are here tonight, and please do not be discouraged by anyone that calls you political theater.
Every dollar you spend, you know, it comes from somewhere. It comes from somebody getting up at 5 a.m. and going and sweating and working all day and sacrificing being away from their family.
Government must do as our family does and live within its means. You all represent different districts. They're outlined underneath your name. And I guarantee you that everybody, one person who has spoke to here tonight, has probably represented each of those districts. So represent them tonight. Vote to reduce the tax.
I didn't know that we paid the largest taxes. That's a shame. Absolute shame. Where's this money going?
I moved to St. Lucie County 2 years ago from Broward County. Bought a home 6 months ago, and I was really surprised at how high the taxes were. Coming from Broward County, where the properties are worth more, there's more going on there, there's more businesses, higher income. I was shocked to see how much I was going to be paying.
Again, my husband and I live on a budget. We want to put our children in baseball, dance, swim lessons. But when I don't have the money to do that, it is time for us to learn to trim the fat. We sell off things that we no longer need. We downsize our home if we need to. We do whatever means necessary. I'm asking you, the county, to do what needs to be done in reducing the budget.
We can absolutely give our citizens a break. This is not about reserves. A reduction doesn't affect the 5-year plan. If voters passed Amendment 1, we'd have still followed the 5-year plan. if voters didn't pass the sales tax, we'd have found a way to follow the 5-year plan. If property values came in at 3%, we'd have still found a way to follow the 5-year plan. Reducing the millage can be accomplished without sacrificing our essential priorities. Please, when you vote, do not forget the taxpayer.
Madam Chair, based on the board's conversation, we're now at agenda item 4E, and that means that we're ready for the approval of the resolution adopting the fiscal year 2019-2020 final millage rates.
Madam Chair, move approval of resolution adopting the fiscal year 2019-2020 final millage rates as staff recommends.
Second.
Thank you. Madam Secretary, will you call the roll, please?
Commissioner Mitchell?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Townsend?
No, ma'am.
Commissioner Hutchinson?
Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner Zdadovsky?
Yes, ma'am.
Chair Bartz?
Yes, ma'am.